Most people just jump straight into work and wonder why they can't focus. But imagine trying to sprint up a hill without warming up. Your brain works the same way. And the truth is, deep work doesn't start when you sit down. It starts before you do. This is what I call the mental warm-up, a 5 to 10 minute routine that primes your brain for focus and flow, and it allows me to get into deep work almost instantly. And today I'll show you how you can do it too, step by step. Let's get into it. Hello, if you don't know me already, I'm Dylan, and for the past 2 years of my life, I've been solely focused on improving my productivity as I was in a position that you may see yourself in. I spent 5,000 hours or 210 days straight wasted on Call of Duty and such video games with ideas to start a business, ideas to do the work, but simply a lack of productivity tools, tactics and strategies behind me to get me to do the work. Now, I effortlessly and easily breeze through large banks for my work, for my business, for my education, for my personal development goals, and I help others do the same with this YouTube channel and my school community linked below. But the first step of this 5 to 10 minute mental warm-up is to plan first. To the man with no direction, no wind is favourable. If you don't have a destination to get to, you won't get there because you simply don't know where you're going. See, the one thing that pulled me from the depths of procrastination was simply planning my days. I've planned for over 295 days straight now, and it's one of the tactics that I can give with a 100% certainty to the people I work with to guarantee them results. So plan your tasks. Keep it clear, but also keep it detailed enough that within a glance you can know the exact step you need to do next to progress yourself along your work session. And quickly, the other reason why planning is so important is because deep inside your brain you have something called the reticular activating system. This is the distraction filter. If you are very clear and very specific on what you need to do, everything else fades away and you enter this flow state. But if you're unclear, if you're not planning, if you're not setting the destination, your brain doesn't have enough information to activate the distraction filter, and therefore you struggle with focus, you are more likely to be distracted, and you're less likely to get the work done. The second step of this 5 to 10 minute mental warm-up is to open the resources. And this not only feeds that reticular activating system more information on what we're actually going to do, but it also reduces the barrier of entry between us and the work. See, to do the task, there's oftentimes small micro tasks in between to get us into the work. For example, if you want to do some work on your laptop, the micro task is finding your laptop, opening your laptop, and opening the files and resources you need to work on. So, if we remove the middleman, if we do those micro tasks early before we even try and start the work in this mental warm-up, then we can get into the work easier with this lowered barrier of entry, and it makes us much more efficient. Reduce the friction and make it easy to do the work, and that's the second step. The third step of this mental warm-up to improve our focus when we actually do the work is environmental design. If you're trying to be focused and in the flow, but all around you is mess and distraction because your environment isn't set up in a way for maximal focus, you oftentimes won't get the work done. If there's cans and plates and bowls and rubbish around you, then you're not going to be as focused, as efficient, and as effective most of the time. Clean environment, clean mind, clean motivation for your work. Make sure the environment is well lit to keep you alert and awake. Make sure you're wearing the clothes that make you feel sharp and confident, so if you catch yourself looking in a reflection, you see yourself as the person you want to be. If you're trying to sit down and do some focused flow work, the most important work that's going to progress you, but you're dressed like a slob, with all due respect, your t-shirt has a stain on it, you haven't had a shower, you've just woken up, then all of a sudden the mental image, your mindset is different because you physiologically see yourself different. So if you are feeling the procrastination, you're not feeling productive, simply changing the clothes you're wearing to something more smart, more posh, will allow you to shift into the mindset of the businessman who always does the work he says he's going to do. The fourth step of this mental warm-up is visualization. Even for 30 seconds, just close your eyes and visualize this task going perfectly. You're hitting the stop button on the camera and you've just recorded an amazing video that's really going to provide value to people. You've just closed your laptop and you can't help but smile at the amount of work you did. You did a week's worth of work in one flow session. You close your planner after seeing every single task ticked off, and all of a sudden your brain realizes you have the potential to actually do what you say you're going to do. Your mindset shifts, the motivation seeps in, and you have 10, 20, even 30 times more chance of completing the tasks you actually set yourself. Visualization. Just before we get into one of the most crucial steps in this video, I have a unique opportunity just for you. The top link in the description will take you to my school community, where I'm going to be helping individuals finally beat procrastination with my personal help. You'll get my personal phone number, you'll get weekly calls, you'll get templates, trackers, tools, resources, educational content, and the strategies that personally helped me and have helped others around the world finally become productive. And for the next 63 individuals only, I will be sending you a free physical planner and habit tracker to help you stay organized and on track to complete the tasks. So if you hit the end of the month and the service isn't for you, you get to keep this planner for you and your productive journey free of charge. If that sounds interesting, check it out, but let's get into the next crucial step. The fifth and final step to this mental warm-up routine is to snowball, is to start easy. There's always going to be those tasks on your to-do list that are way easier than the rest, and contrary to popular opinion, I believe you should do them first. And here's my argument. When you try and do the hardest possible task first, especially when you're someone who's prone to procrastination, it can be difficult to get the starting energy to get it done. Whereas, if you find the easy wins, the simple tasks on your to-do list that you can bang out, tick off, and have dopamine released into the system to make you feel motivated, then you have more chance of actually completing the hard task. Also, you build the mindset. Like we said about the close, like we said about the visualization, when you physiologically see yourself ticking off the tasks you completed, you're reinforcing the fact that you are productive, motivated, driven and disciplined to do the stuff you say you're going to do, making you more likely to get it done. Snowball, chronological intensity planning. Do the easy task first and build up to that monster task that you actually have a better chance of completing now. But that was it. That was the 5 to 10 minute mental warm to ensure that you get into a flow and you do the best work possible. And again, if you're looking to get more help from me, if you're looking to have people around you holding you accountable and have resources, templates, trackers, tools, and for the next 63 individuals, I'll be sending you a planner that even if you get to the end of the month, you can leave and keep this forever. The top link will take you to my school community. I'll see you in there.